What's very non-traditional Mexican that a lot of Mexicans started doing?
Cinco de Mayo.
Really?
Yeah, well, in America it's the misconception that it's the Independence Day of Mexico, which is not. It's the Batalla de Puebla, which is nothing as big as our independence, which is in September.
Well, do you have a favorite thing about New York?
You can just walk everywhere. It's beautiful. And right now in the summer, it's like nice and warm, and sitting in the cafes, being able to walk around, which is something that in Mexico City, only in certain areas, you never see people just walking. Sidewalks are also sometimes not so great. Yeah, and there's lots of pollution, the cars. So it's not only certain areas, like La Roma or La Condesa, which are downtown, they're becoming more and more beautiful for that. So a lot of foreigners are moving there. Yeah, it's having a bit more of a European feel than the rest of Mexico City.
What is a really Mexican tradition?
Out of the top of my head, the first thing that came to mind were piñatas.
Okay.
I think right now in the US, you have them, they become a bit of a joke, but in Mexico, traditionally, they're actually used only in Christmas for the posadas. And they're filled with fruit, some nuts, mandarins, pistachios, stuff like that. And they're traditionally made with clay, which is obviously fairly dangerous. There were some accidents, so now they usually just do them with papier-mâché, and now they're gone into birthdays.
And what's the deal with the blue corn tortilla?
Yeah, the blue corn tortillas, I think, are my favorite. Maybe it's not as much about the taste, but the color and a bit the texture as well. So yeah, tortillas are something that most Mexicans, we don't mess around with. We just find the best place to buy them.
So you don't make them?
No, we don't make them at home. So what you can do is you buy it's called nixtamal, which is the ground corn. So that you can buy, but you have to find a very, very good one, and you have to really know what you're doing, because as you may have realized, it's not as easy as it sounds. I know that in Mexico City, a lot of restaurants, to get away with this, they add a bit of flour, which is really not the traditional tortillas, which should just be corn, a bit of salt, and that's it.
And water?
Well, water, of course, but water is usually an essential ingredient in most things.
How did you make your salsa verde? Because I was boiling the tomatillas, then I was grilling them, then I just decided they were best raw. I
prefer the raw. Well, really, if we want to go really traditional, you use the molcajete, which is like round wooden stone made out of, with a mortar. It's the mortar. What do you call it? Mortar and pestle. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's how you traditionally make the salsa verde. So it's like comes out very chunky with the onion. You cut it. But I prefer when you cut it really, really thin, so you don't actually get the big chunks of onion. Yeah. Just kind of get the juice and the flavor.
Molcajete.
Yes.
Is that too much?
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I put cilantro in. Yes, cilantro is an essential. Salt, pepper, and also if the tomatillos are not that flavorful, I would add maybe a bit of garlic to just kick in the flavor. It's not that traditional, but it does do the trick.